this is the word I've heard about Melly from a lot of people who are from Broward County. They said Melly was wanted by the police on other shootings and other crimes that they could never prove it was him. They never had enough. Now, this is the first one they got, and they literally got him, like, they got him in the crosshairs. And they're trying to pile everything on it to make sure this nigga never gets out. And it's really law enforcement, from what I'm hearing, they said law enforcement has had it in for him because they felt he's evaded mad other investigations that they could never prove. You know what I mean? So they're like, yo, we could never lock this nigga up over the last couple of years. We finally got him, bury him. I think that's what's going on in Atlanta with Thug. If we're hearing Young Thug's name in so many fucking police investigations, they're talking to so many different people, I think they, at some point, and they were probably presenting these cases to the prosecutor over and over again, to say, yo, listen, whenever we finally get a big case on this nigga, let's bury this nigga, man. And I think that's what they're doing now. They're trying to bury him. Somebody says Melly's going to beat it. I don't know about that.
I was about to say, bro.
I don't know about that. You know, you guys keep saying the same simple things. I keep telling y'all, I've told y'all a million times, we went through this with the whole case for Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. A jury wants a actual answer. They want something to make sense. They're not going to walk out of a courtroom just as confused as they were walking in. And I think with this Melly case, I know that the defense hasn't gone yet. Really, it's just the prosecutor who has made their case. Because the defense hasn't gone yet, we don't know what alternate theory they're going to try to suggest, but they want something to believe in. And right now, even if you're saying, well, they can't prove Melly was there, well, they saw him get in the car. Like, again, the jury is people, not robots. It's people. You could say all these other things. You know what the eye is going to tell those motherfuckers? Bro, you got in the car and 2 people died. Nigga, we don't care when you say you got out. If you don't have a reason for getting out, if you don't have somebody showing up in court saying you got out, if you don't have, like, some fucking answer for us, nigga, you probably did do it. That's just how jurors are going to look at the situation, whether you like it or not. They reconstructed the shots. Yeah, they brought the jury on a field trip to go look at the dried up blood from 5 years ago.
Wait, what?
Yes, the jury went to go look at the car that the guys were shot in, which still has some blood splatter, still has like fucking like whatever, like, you know, that splashed out of these guys because they got shot close range, like just fucking sitting there. And if it wasn't collected in evidence, that has bullet holes going, like, yes.
Nah, that's crazy.
So you think a jury about to go look at all that and be like,
he's innocent.
Again, remember, most juries or most jurors, they want to leave the case thinking some version of the story happened. Oh, Melly ain't do it, but it was somebody else who did it. Right now, all they're getting is traumatized by the evidence of, yo, this is a brutal, nasty crime scene. Whoever who did this shit was a sick fuck.
I ain't gonna lie, gang. Bruh. You made a song about, come on, gang. The song, and you smiling in court, gang. Come on, man. There's a lot of stuff that don't look right.
Well, apparently that Murder on My Mind song wasn't about that.
Bro, this
hey, all that.
Come on, man.
Kyrie, we know that Melly didn't need none of this stuff. He needs a evaluation, like a psych evaluation.
That's my next question. How
has mental illness.
You think?
Yo, let me tell you this. All this Melly versus Melvin shit sounds great on an album. If he even tries to do the insanity thing, he was very sane. You know what they're gonna say? You are not insane when you deliberately created a plan to cover up the murder. You're not insane. You didn't have a moment of insanity. Like, number one, they're gonna say he's clearly fit to stand trial. So that's the first one they're not knocking out. Sometimes they'll be like, hey, this person's not fit to stand trial, right? This guy's just crazy. He can't even focus in court. This guy's talking to himself. He got all type of shit. Clearly, Melly's fit to stand trial, right? Second of all, Melly's not fit to stand trial. The guy is sitting there literally laughing and talking and taking notes the entire time. How is he not fit
But
to stand trial?
the nigga be talking to himself though, smiling at himself and all that, making crazy faces and
What does that got to do with like?
Yo,
No,
I don't think I don't think it's gonna work. I'm just asking how soon you think he gonna claim. You know he gonna claim it, bro.
No,
you know he gonna
can't.
try.
He can't. And I'm pretty sure that was a possibility of the defense. They had to talk about it before because they were gonna have to say to Melly, "Hey, Melly, we could try to get you off on this, but also let's roll it back a little bit too, please. Let's roll it back.
Yeah.
It sounds good to say, oh, plead insanity. Let's not forget, use Eric Holder from the Nipsey Hussle case. When he killed Nipsey, he turned himself into a mental institution. He was also previously checked in within the last 60 days. So he was trying to use that. He knew he's caught, whatever. People houses getting shot up. He said, fuck it, I'm gonna turn myself in. He turns himself into the mental institution. Does that play in court? He tried to do it. They say he's fit enough to stand trial.
and he still got 60
No, but the
years.
difference is that there's a murder weapon. We seen who did it. Everybody know. It's a difference. Ain't no murder weapon. You
Hold
can't
on.
prove
But if he
Melly was
pleads
there or not.
insanity, he gotta admit to the murder.
But if you're pleading insanity, you're basically saying you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's still gonna get a death penalty, bro, if he do that.
Again, his actions after the murder show nothing of someone who's mentally insane, but show someone who's a evil, maniacal person who is a cold-blooded murderer who is trying to get away with it.
Ooh, maniacal, good word right there. That's a good word.
So he's carefully saying, hey, listen, let's stage this drive-by. Let's do this, let's do that. And let's do this whole thing. And then, like, they didn't even get to this part. I mean, I don't think, like, say him going to the funeral, right? Remember that video of him going to the funeral, laughing, this and third? That doesn't go into say he's criminally insane. That goes into showing that he's fucking evil. You know what I mean? The father saying, yo, he dressed the dude for the funeral. Like, yo, this nigga's evil.
Hey man, that shit crazy, man. It's hard to feel sorry for a nigga who, like, if my man's got killed and niggas trying to put it on me, in no way, shape, or form do I have any type of funny bone in my body in court. I'm still tight.
Yeah.
I'm tight. My man's gone, and y'all trying to say I did it. That's crazy. I'll be in there sick. But wait, real quick, back to Thug. You think Thug might have given up on getting out after the tapes came out? Because I feel like once those tapes, isn't that intimidating a witness as well?
What?
The recordings from the conversations to the other rappers, isn't that intimidating a witness? To
I think it could be seen as that, but he never said his name. I think that's why the song never came out. But I do believe that, you know, I think what Young Thug is doing right now is just moving the goalposts. I think.
What you mean?
In what way?
I think Young Thug is not taking accountability for why he's where he's at.
Oh yeah.
You mean being a street nigga? Oh, yeah.
He's not there because of Gunna. You know what I mean? He's not. He's there because of him.
But that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying when I listened to Gunna album. That's what I was getting a vibe. Like, listening to Gunna album, he was literally saying, like, he didn't ask to be involved in none of that shit, bro. That's literally what I got from his album, bro.
Yeah. No.
I mean, you can say a lot from that album. I ain't gonna lie. It's a great album though, but again, I think Gunna was remorseful in the fact of his part in it. But at the same time, he, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, I don't think he wanted to be a part of it, knew he was a part of it, knew what he was getting into, for real.
Yeah. No, this is most likely, if you ask me, man, the mountains of evidence is compounded against Young Thug, and it's kind of interesting though because he has the RICO charge, but he doesn't have the charge for murder. And even though yes, that's a conspiracy to commit murder, um, I'm surprised they just haven't charged Young Thug with the murder of Donovan Nutt Thomas. Now, granted, because that's the central case to this RICO case, if that's subsequently proved against the guys who they claim pulled the trigger, they're giving Young Thug as much as they could give him within what they charged him, because they're calling him the kingpin who's orchestrated all this. But still, um, through all of these people who have pointed at Thug, the prosecutors still don't seem strong enough, like they got enough evidence that Young Thug did it. Because they didn't charge
Percent
him.
wise, what's the percent you think is possible for him to get off?
0%. I think it's 0%. 0%.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I live up north, and the shit I was hearing from down south about Thug and all the shit that niggas got going on, I thought the nigga was cooked from day one. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no. It's 0%, and I think it's one of those situations. I think Young Thug probably has realized that he was tweaking and wilding so much that, you know, shit. They give that nigga 10, you gotta eat it, man. It is what it
You
is.
think he only gonna take? You think he only gonna get 10? How much time do you personally think that he's gonna get if he do get time?
Well, I think that they're gonna look towards giving him 20, but I could definitely see him getting 15 or closer to 10, because I think while the shooters in this case, some of them already serving life. I don't
Hmm.
think they could really pinpoint Young Thug as the person who killed anybody. And
Hmm.
even these people who are going to testify, I don't think all of the shooters or the people who are directly involved in all the crimes, they're still with Thug. So it's not like those guys ain't flip. Woody not one of the killers. You get what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, they needed one of the main killers to be like, nah, Thug told us to do that. Thug paid us. Thug ran to the car. Not one of them is saying that. But that still don't mean he's beating the case. That just means that he's gonna get found
Hmm.
guilty of conspiracy, of this gang conspiracy charge, and that's gonna be the thing that gets him around, or gets him up to like 20.
Yo, you see Rich Homie Quan on a witness list. You think he gonna take the stand?
Nah, nah.
Uh,
It's gonna be ghost town when it comes to trial. It's gonna be ghost town. Nobody's testifying.
you don't think so? Like none of the witnesses?
No. Why would you testify?
Is Lucci a witness?
Yeah, he a witness, but I don't think he gonna testify though. I don't think Lucci gonna
Hey,
testify.
if they get a nigga some less time, he might. If they
Nah, nah,
take
nah.
that nigga,
Lucci's not testifying.
hey, if they let that get a nigga get out a free car to jail, he might do it.
Nah, nah.
Niggas be loyal to the streets, bro. Nigga ain't gonna tell, bro.
Okay, so here are the witness lists supposedly, but his witness list has a lot of people in it, like just a lot of people. They got Rich Homie Quan on it. Random people here. I don't even know some of these motherfuckers right here. Again, I could imagine certain people like family members and maybe affected people will testify. I can't imagine Rich Homie Quan testifying.
Is that just because like he got the money to pay for lawyers, or you don't think like he was snitch in general?
Well, you got to realize these are guys with money, right? So it's like it's even in the case versus YNW Melly. Like, there ain't nobody telling on him.
But act, let's think about it, right? Like niggas didn't they shoot Rich Homie Quan pops and
Yeah, but
shoot up his barbershop?
yeah, but Rich Homie Quan wouldn't be good in Atlanta if he told. So why would you tell?
But act, he already did with that statement in the
Yeah,
video.
and I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I ain't gonna hold you. One of the chat niggas is from Atlanta, and he said the streets is fucking with Rich Homie. He ain't snitch, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I think Rich Homie I think Rich Homie Quan is gonna like walk this back, kind of explain it however he explained it. He never gonna take the stand.
Yeah,
heard
It's
you.
and
just
think about this: the snitching don't matter, bro. I was in Atlanta this weekend taking care of some business. Man, we went to the club. They was playing that "Fuck You Mean" by Gunna, and the club was going
Yo,
crazy.
you did call me when you was out there.
oh shit. Yeah, no, I absolutely believe that these guys are not going to be none of them are taking a stand. Like everybody's gonna go ghost. Like the trial ain't starting until 2024 anyway. Niggas go ghost around that time. Like you gotta remember, before you even get to trial or you take the stand, you gotta get deposed, right? So the prosecutor and the defense, usually if the prosecutor got you on their witness list, the defense needs to have an opportunity to have a deposition with you, which means they need to be prepared on what you might be saying, right? So they get to have a deposition with you. Why the fuck would Rich Homie Quan do all that? Let me see if I can find the full witness list. Rich YSL witness list.
It's crazy when you see like how it'd be a whole family of witness. Like you see 3 names. That's crazy.
Yeah, like let me see.
I saw 3 Lewises on there. 3
Yeah,
Montgomerys.
yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Like again, most of those people ain't showing up. Most of those people. Look, and they say Young Thug and Gunna. Wait, what? They say Young Thug and Gunna have been added as witnesses. Also, Lil Baby. Look. Additional, the state as oh, they said this is in the YFN RICO. They said the state wants to call Lil Baby, Dominique, Lil Baby Jones, Jeffrey Young Thug Williams, and these other names for the YFN. Baby's not going in court.
Yeah, it hit different when they want Lil Baby in court.
Nah, you're not going in court. Like, so they're gonna avoid this. Again, it's usually just regular civilians, like people who can't really fight it. Like, look in the Melly case. That lady who allegedly was getting paid off, they locked her up before she like started to cooperate, and even then, she was basically cooperating for the defense. She said she didn't remember shit. So we'll see what happens, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I definitely think Thug is cooked. I think he's cooked. I think we're gonna see him 10 years later.
Damn.